The time has finally come, my friends. We are getting our first major balance update for Apex Legends. The two major parts of what I'm about to cover in today's video come down to A. Weapon changes and B. Hitbox fixes. The gun changes are live right now and did not even require a download to go into effect, while the hitbox fixes are set to go live together with the upcoming Battle Pass in Season 1. But not only that, we are also getting a lot of developer insight on how they are planning to handle balance updates in the future, while decidedly not talking about any of the upcoming new content. You know, like the Octane League we have seen not too long ago. If you want to get all the details yourself, I'll be linking the source down in the description below. For everyone else, let's dive deep. Since I know what we're all here for, let's talk about the grand nerfing of the Peacekeeper and the Wingman first. The Wingman will see a reduction in fire rate going from 3.1 down to 2.6, meaning you can't shoot as quickly anymore. Furthermore, the Skull Piercer headshot multiplier is being reduced from 2.5 down to 2.25, and they have also reduced hipfire effectiveness by increasing base hipfire spread and decreasing the rate at which hipfire spread decays. Long story short is that hipfire will be less accurate altogether. But the great thing about a Battle Royale is that you don't need to nerf the guns into the ground to balance them. I mean, the Kraber is a really powerful gun, but you can only get it from airdrops. So, Respawn is doing the only sensible thing here and decided to reduce Wingman availability in all zone tiers. So you can't find it quite as easily anymore. And the same goes for the Peacekeeper. Speaking of which, there is a Peacekeeper specific shotgun bolt nerf that does not apply to any other shotgun in the game. Rechamber rate has been reduced on level 1 from 10 down to 7.5%, level 2 sees a decrease from 20 down to 13%, and level 3 will also get sliced down from 25 down to 16%. Also, to all of you Devotion and Triple Take mains, and I guess Havoc now too, energy weapons and ammo availability has been increased in all zone tiers. A developer comment also notes that the reason we're not seeing any buffs to the P2020 or god forbid the Mozambique is because they want to maintain a certain power curve. That means that some guns in the game are simply meant to be weaker and more abundant, and others are stronger and more hard to find. Case in point, my Kraber example. Guns have deliberately been designed in a way that makes you look at them very differently. Some of them are simply meant to be better than melee solutions, while others again are not very desirable unless you got a certain amount of attachments, and others again are notably lackluster when missing a hop-up. However, they have seen very good player feedback on how to improve on some of these guns without losing that power curve they have mentioned, and they'll keep monitoring player data to see what they do and don't want to adjust. But the weaponry in Apex is not the only thing seeing balance changes, because the Legends too are getting adjusted. Caustic is getting his tactical cooldown reduced by 5 seconds next to an increased radius and proximity for his traps by 10%. And they are removing the 1 second delay it takes for the gas to deal damage to players. This might encourage a lot of meme lords out there to pick up Caustic more often. Pathfinder sees a little quality of life improvement in form of an increase in beacons going from 10 to 12, making his passive a bit more useful. Lifeline's care package no longer has a slight chance to drop level 4 armor and helmets, which frankly I've never seen in 100 hours of play anyway. And Wraith is having her tactical nerf with a cooldown increase by 5 seconds. Oh, and lastly, Bangalore's double time speed boost is being reduced from 40 down to 30%. A developer comment adds that, next to all these buffs and nerfs, they are also working on fixing the hitboxes of all the big boy characters that, so far, have been suffering because of their sheer size. They did say that they like having characters of varying sizes and hitboxes, and that they want to make an effort to have everyone feel about equally powerful. Since the hitbox changes are meant to make a massive impact on their survivability, they are staying away from making them more powerful in other regards until data shows that they still need a bump in the right direction. But they do feel like it would be better to buff these particular characters versus nerfing everyone else. One thing they said is that the back of their mind is simply giving bigger characters a bit of standard damage mitigation. Let's put it that way, if you are shooting a Bloodhound with your Peacekeeper, a certain amount of your pellets are destined to miss him because of his small hitbox. But if you are shooting a Pathfinder, more pellets are going to land due to his bigger surface area that can be damaged. Right now, the result is that the Pathfinder player will take substantially more damage than the Bloodhound player. So by giving Pathfinder some type of damage mitigation, they should both take the same amount of shots to take down, even when their numbers look smaller on screen. Again, more pallets hitting for less damage each versus less pallets hitting for more damage each. And that should then result in about the same percentage of damage done to all these characters per shot. I don't know how many problems this could create relative to the entire weapon pool of the game, but again, it's an idea they've been playing around with next to simply increasing the power of their abilities. Alongside all these changes, there are also a number of bug fixes that aim to reduce the amount of random disconnects players are currently getting. When it comes to how Respawn is planning to handle balance in Apex, they have made the following statement. We make less frequent, better tested, higher impact balance changes in order to minimize the impact on your time spent mastering the game. You shouldn't have to read our patch notes every few days just to keep up with how characters and weapons now work. The exception here is that we will be very quick to adjust things that are way out of balance. For example, if we release a new character that completely dominates the meta from day one, we would address it ASAP. I'm gonna stay away from boring you with my opinion on all these changes in this particular video, so I'm sure there's a lot for you guys to digest. The developers have also announced that they will be talking about more hot topics over the course of the week, so if anything interesting is being published, I'll definitely be here to cover it. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel to not miss any of these updates. But until then, thank you everybody so much for watching. Don't forget to drop me a like on your way out if you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you guys next time.